this is Jessica for Art Journal Junction, and in this video I'm going to be making a page in my junk journal. So this page actually is an old envelope that I was going to throw away, and then I noticed that the envelope had been postmarked 4 different times, and I thought that was really weird and kind of cool, so I decided to put it in my junk journal and keep it forever. So the paints I'm applying are Dina Wakley Media Heavy Body Paints, and I'm using a wet brush and kind of watering it down to get this blend. And the colors I'm using are Peacock, Evergreen, and Lapis. And I'm just putting them in no really particular pattern or order. And I'm also using Lapis to put some speckles on the page. Now I'm using a stamp from the I Refuse to Be Ordinary stamp set, also by Dina Wakley Media. And some black archival ink, and I'm just stamping it sporadically all over on the bottom right corner of this page. And I'm not re-inking in between each stamp, so I'm getting some dark, some light, all kinds of variation and creating different texture. Now I'm going to use a stamp from the I Spill stamp set, and again black archival ink. And this is a piece of book paper that I just was using extra paint on, so it didn't go to waste. So I'm going to stamp this on here, and then I will cut it out. Now, this is kind of funny because I didn't actually end up using this piece because I discovered it was too big. But I really liked it, so I'm going to save it, and you will see it, I'm sure, very soon in a future project. But I left this footage in here just so that you could see what I did. So I cut out the top portion with my scissors, and then because the bottom half of this stamp isn't quite as defined, I decided to rip the paper away, so I created a texturized edge. Now I'm using a white paint pen, Posca paint pen, and I'm doing a doodle here of a vine with some leaves. I really like to add doodles and different marks that I make with my own hand, as it adds a personalized touch and also creates something that no one else can do. Because no one can draw or paint exactly like you. Everyone has their own way of making marks. So this just adds a special touch that only I can do. And then I decided to fill in some of the space by just making tiny dots along the right side of the vine, I guess we're going to call it. So in between each of the leaves on the right side, I'm just doing some tiny little dots with my paint marker. Now you can see I laid that out. Oh, too big. Whoops. And I decided I was going to cut out this piece from the Dina Wakley Collage Collective. And then I'm using a scribble stick in Lapis to create some scribbled circles. You can see I'm thinking really hard here where I want those circles to go. I don't know why I was so worried about it, but now I'm going to use a wet brush to activate the scribble sticks. And the lines that I drew aren't going to go completely away because my brush isn't super wet, but it is going to blend out some of that color so that there's some watercolor lines, some darker lines. And I'm going to glue down this piece of paper with Dina Wakley Media Ultra Thick Gel Medium. This is a really great adhesive for gluing down all different kinds of things. And then I'm using a black gel pen to doodle little lines around this heart to kind of bring it forward a little bit more. And the last step is taking my Stabilo All pencil and drawing some lines along the bottom right corner, and then using a wet brush to just activate that. See, I'm just blending it out a little bit so it's not so distinct. So this was a really quick page in my junk journal, but I love how it turned out. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out some of our other videos and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything we post in the future.